Just ready to go? Well, we made it across the pond. We did it. This is like the longest day ever. However, everything's worked out great, and our guys and our organization is really honored to be here. It's a thrill to be here, and to know also that we're being received, so well that the German people really want to see this game, and they're excited about it, and all the build up for it and all that. We really feel like it's an honor to have a chance to play this first game at the Alliance Field and as well. So they used to, we used to go to the Rose Bowl year after year, and they say, "Oh, you guys don't want to go to the Rose Bowl. It's no fun. You don't care. You'd rather do something else." Nah, these events are awesome, and it's like a bowl game in the middle of a season, and so we're going to make the most of it, and we're going to have a good time. We're ready to play football come Sunday, and hopefully keep things going on our end. But I don't want to make light of it. It's important. It's fun, and our guys are jacked. They had a blast out there today. So anyway, we're underway.
Coach, the Bucs feel like they have a lot of momentum coming into the game after their game-winning drive and the win last week. How important is it for you guys to frustrate them early in the game to try to shut them down?
We're going to try to do everything we can. This is a really proud, good football team, and they've been playing great defense for a long time, and Tom's been playing great offense for a long time, and the fact that they're leading their division, so who else cares? What do you care? They're leading the division, and we expect these guys to be really on it, and we know that we're going to have to play a great game to counter what they're able to do. And this game ain't over till it's over, till they shoot the final gun, because we know that Tom's out there, just like he did last week. So fortunately, we've played him before, and we've had our chances to see him and work against him. So we're expecting it to be a heck of a matchup. We got a lot of work to do. We got to keep getting better and all of that. So it happens to be the Tampa Bay Bucks, and we happen to be playing in Munich, and so we're going to try to make the most of it.
As a competitor, how much do you enjoy the challenge of facing a guy like Brady, who has seen everything he could have possibly seen on the football field?
Every time we've played, it's been memorable, and just because we respect him so much. That's why this is, that's clear, and you get few chances to match up like this, and so we're going to try to play a championship football game and do all the things that it takes, and that means everybody. It's not going to be just about the quarterback. It's going to be everybody doing their thing, and so we're looking forward to it.
Well, how was the energy level after the all-night flight and not much sleep?
Did you watch practice? You guys were nuts out there today. So they were great, and so we wanted to get on the field as soon as possible. We had only been in the hotel for an hour or so, and packed up and came over here just to make sure that we finished this day in good fashion. This is everybody's working on the system that we're doing to try to make sure that we make this transition really well, and tomorrow is a full day for us, and we're back at it. So everything's worked out.
What do you expect from the crowd? Because Munich has never seen a regular season game. Germany has not, of the NFL.
I would bet when we kick it, they're going to be really excited. That's what I'm kind of counting on. They have seen, the World League was here and all of that, and so they've had exposure. Had a couple teams in Germany and also, but I don't know who they're going to be for, or if they're just for the game and they're just cheering and all that. I don't know about that, but there will be some 12s there, and I know that. And those 12s they travel well, and they'll be cheering at the right time, and maybe they'll kind of fit together and figure this thing out. So I'm sure that they're much more aware of this game than we might think.
The week of preparation sort of go before you got here. It sounded like you wanted to get a lot done there. And
yeah, we wanted to get a Wednesday, Thursday done, which we did. So we knocked out Wednesday and Thursday, and that's what we did this morning. And we had a fantastic Thursday. It was a gorgeous day. It was just like this. The weather was exactly the same. It was just crystal clear and beautiful and all that. And our guys were flying. So they're excited about it. They're excited going into the travel. They're excited coming off the plane here tonight, and we'll have a big day tomorrow, and then we'll get ready.
Coach, your defense has obviously improved quite a lot from the start of the season. Does it take time when you hire new defensive coaches, install a new system, to find the right balance between the new ideas, but also what worked in the past?
It doesn't have to always, but it has. It's taken time, and it's been, the time has been well worth it for us. You know that we've come around so well, so quickly, and we were off to a lousy start. I mean, we weren't functioning well. We weren't doing anything the way we want to do it. And in the last month, you know, it's turned, and it's turned in all of the key areas. In particular, rushing the passer has been a big deal. Taking the football off our opponents has been a huge deal, and cutting down explosive plays, huge. Third downs better. Every aspect of what we're doing is just jumped ahead. So, but that doesn't mean anything. That's what already happened. We got to do it again, you know. So we got to come out and play a really good game against a great club, and hopefully we can take the next step.
This schedule, Pete's a lot like the London one. When you set that, who did you consult, or where did you guys go to figure out, let's go on a Thursday, let's do the sleep this way, let's do the practice?
Yeah, our Never Sleep R&D department went after it. You know, we really just put our heads together and figured it out based on all of the experiences that we've had. You know, over the years in college, we traveled a lot in these kinds of settings. That to me, it seems similar. And so to me, it's really about the attitude. It's the attitude that you put together to how you go about it, and you don't take it as a drag and it's a burden and it's hard and all that kind of stuff. You know, you turn it in the right direction, and then you try to make the very most of it. We are patterned very much like we did London, and that worked out well for us.
What's the most underrated part of the team?
Well, that's a really good question. I think what's underrated was the expectations. You know, I think the expectations were just like nowhere, and I think it's a lesson. It's a lesson for a lot of people that watch this stuff, that it isn't always so obvious as players leave and you fall apart. You know, it just didn't happen, and we didn't feel like it was going to happen, and that's why we were, you know, in the mode to make something happen with the big trade that we had to go through and all of that. It was very, very challenging, very difficult, with tremendous amount of work to get there. But it sent a message out that most people on the outside couldn't imagine that we could play good football. But the guys in the locker room did. They didn't feel like that, and the coaches didn't feel like that. And I certainly didn't feel like that. So I think that's probably the thing to point to.
Any plans to visit Munich? Any plans to visit the city? Is it a team activity?
Very limited plans, yeah. But when we're driving through, you know, it took us a while to get here today. All of those, we'll take a look at everything we can. You know, there's some tremendous things to see here. I know the people who are coming with us are going to share their stories with us, what they got to see. We won't see much.
As a guy who was a couple months ago competing for a starting job, now his face is on buildings here. Just how have you seen him off the field handle everything that's come with this rise?
Well, you guys have watched him. You know, you know, our group that follows our team. You've seen how he's handled it. He's handled it just almost impeccably. He really has just been chilled and calmed and poised. Comfortable in the space, comfortable with the questions, because questions come at him kind of left-handed sometimes, you know, because of the expectations and all. He's handled that so well, but most of all, he's practiced and stayed with the preparation part of it really diligently, so that he can take full advantage of the moment. And so he's done everything exactly the way we'd like to see it. And even, you know, when it was still in question what was going to happen, you know, I was talking to Drew and Gino about how the messages go out, you know, and how they handle and deal with the questions that come to them, trying to keep things open but yet stay on course. And I thought Gino at the time, he assumed the number one spot with great respect for Drew and the process. And that's what we thought was necessary. He did it just exactly right. And so he's transitioned to taking it over just right.
Does Trey Brown have a chance to play this week?
He's practicing like he's ready to go. He's not going to. We'll wait another week. So we'll take one more week with the bye and just guarantee that he's fully back. But he practiced beautifully this week, so he's ready to go.
You mentioned the Rose Bowl. Am I right that your version of the bare front stemmed from that Vince Young game, and then leading on from that?
I can't believe I come all the way to Munich and you bring up his victory. I did it. It's my bad. I did it. My fault. My bad. Dang. That's a really good job of referencing that just for the sake of, because nobody else thought to do it, but yeah, that's good.
But
Well, I don't have any idea what your question was.
Well, am I right that kind of inspired your bare front stick defense at USC? And leading on from that point, how similar offenses today and your reasoning for the bare fronts today?
That's what I'm talking about. What's your name? That's a heck of a job. Lot of creds right there. That's a heck of a question you asked. No.
How important is to do these games outside of the United States to get the NFL more international?
Well, let's leave it up to the experts who have done an unbelievable job of marketing the NFL. This was a plan that started a long time ago, and it seems to be at the peak right now that it's been. And you know, the World League and all the travel. I mean, we went. We were in Minnesota, I think, when we played in Sweden against the Bears, and you know, years ago. That was a long time ago. So it's been in the works. Now it's going. You know, and I think Germany has a chance to show the rest of the world what, you know, how they've received the NFL and, you know, how they want it to be a part of their, you know, their sporting experience and culture possibly someday, and all that. I mean, it's always moved me to the thought that what if you had countries playing football, you know, and you could coach a country, you know. I mean, it's always amazed me that the league, maybe that was the way they were thinking a long time ago. I don't know, but we're not there. There's too much dominance in the States with the game. But wouldn't it be something if you know, we're playing countries? You know, I think it'd be incredible. But so give them all the credit that they've had the vision, and they've put the resources forward, and they've, you know, put together a magnificent event like this. You know, so.
Is Docker going to be active?
Pardon me?
Docker going to be active?
No, we tried to get that done, and we weren't able to do it. We went all the way to the top of the chain to figure that one out, and I thought it would be a great idea. We just couldn't get it okayed. But he's going to be carrying the flag. He'll be out there. He'll be going crazy. Let me just tell you a quick story. This morning's practice, when we practiced, it was a no turnover Thursday, so it's all about the ball, and the whole competition is the offense versus the defense. Is the offense going to get through the practice without giving up a turnover? Is the defense going to get a turnover off the offense? And that's the competition of the day. It goes all the way down to there's like 2 plays left in practice, and one of our cubes throws the ball goes up in the air, and out of nowhere comes a donker intercepting the football and return it down the sidelines for a touchdown. So we blew the whistle and ended practice right there. It was too perfectly poetic that we're going to get on the bus right now and drive to Munich, and Donkers gets the interception at the end of the day and win the whole thing. So he's been fantastic for us. We've been very fortunate to have him. He's been he's in the program that gives us a 17th guy on the practice squad. He's done everything a guy could ever want to do as far as putting his best foot forward. Great effort, great toughness. You know, his attitude daily, his competitiveness has been super. So I would have loved to have done it. I asked to do it, and we just couldn't get it okay.
Have a very big fan base here in Germany. Why do you think they are so popular here?
I think it's the green uniforms. We've had some good years, you know, and I know when football kind of came to life over here, and I think it was 10 years ago or something like that, when the broadcast and stuff kind of picked up. That's what I've been told. I don't know anything, but and so that might have been when we were doing pretty good. You know, I don't know, and caught the attention of fans. I don't know, but I've heard that there might be our own 12s are going to show up. They've traveled, but it may feel like that, you know. And so we'll see what happens, and it'll be awesome if it does.
Coach, what do you remember about that Sweden game? If it was 1988 with the Vikings.
You want to know what I remember? What I remember is getting on the bus it was like a Thursday night or something like that, and that was kind of the night the players could go out, and they had, you know, no curfew that night, and we're getting on the bus the next morning to go to practice, and Jim McMahon's on our bus. And he's going. He doesn't. That's the quarterback from the Bears, and he was sitting on our bus, and he went to our practice. So, I don't know how that happened, but he just wanted to be with us or whatever. And I don't know. It was a heck of a night he had the night before, but he wound up on the Vikings bus going to practice. That's my best memory of the game. I don't remember anything else.
You talked about your flight to Munich. Is it helpful for the Seahawks because the team is traveling usually the most miles?
Yeah, we're used to traveling. We don't care. It doesn't matter. It's just We went over the Mercator route, over the top. We got to look that up. Some of you guys got to figure out, because I know you don't know what that means. Pardon me? Yeah, right. Mercator was a German? Is that what you're saying? Oh, I have none. Nine.
Do you still have a plant-based diet, and how do you think that'll get on in Germany?
It's a little modified, but it's basically, that's, my heart is in plant-based, yeah. I'm staying with it. Everything's been better since.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.